All right, my friends, welcome to another Wake Up Humans podcast with my man, Dr. Drew Henderson. How are you, brother?
Man, I'm good. It is the best Monday ever. This Monday morning or Monday evening we're recording. It was it was jamming. We were talking just before we got on here, just how busy and great it was.
Yeah. September
It's
22nd, 2025, as we record this, to put a little stamp on our little historical history of Wake Up Humans and my man Drew joining it. Let me tell you, bro, a lot of people loving what you got to say, my man.
well, I mean, it's just what we've been taught and learned at DE. There's no substitute for dynamic essentials.
You know what
You
you
know,
learn, what you learn at DE and what it can mean to your life and what it's mean to my family and my kids and my lifetime friendships. It's you can't twist somebody's arm to just show up and get a piece of it. But these young guys starting out, if they could show up regularly, I promise you 20 years from now you'll be grateful.
yeah, yeah, and it's happening. It
Yeah,
is happening in the profession. It's happening in the country.
yeah,
It's happening everywhere.
yeah.
People are showing up.
People are showing up big time, man, and you're seeing lives that, what's nice is young guys that have been coming for 3, 4 years that are in practice or, whatever they're doing, and the fruits of the labor, right? Things that they've learned at DE and the circle of friends they've gained is a beautiful thing to see come into fruition. It's one thing to talk it, but results matter, right?
Yeah, yeah, and where I've not never been at DE since I've been in chiropractic. You've not either.
Now, first quarter of
I,
school.
and I can't imagine my life without Dynamic Essentials, Dr. Sid, Dr. Nell, the people I've met there, um, just everybody, and a lot of people that mean the most. They're no longer with us, you
Yeah.
know, but but their teachings and that camaraderie and that guidance that they've given us for 25, 30, 35 years
Dang.
is undoubtedly makes the biggest difference in their lives.
100%, brother.
You
And
know,
I saw a picture of a guy and he's older and he was one of the old time DE speakers. He's gone astray. He's gone off and he's doing other things and basically became a mixer. And I saw his picture online the other day, and he's got to be 80 years old or so. But I still got in a state of gratitude, thanking for him.
yeah,
The years that he poured into us, even though I don't agree with everything he's doing now, like I'm still grateful for him and his words back then and helped transform my life.
yeah,
Like I don't know, maybe I'm getting old, man, but I'm just trying to find more states of gratitude. Like we had lunch brought into the office today, and I mean, I had a couple goosebump moments. I was in Florida last week. I'm in Connecticut now, but just grateful for the young guys in the office now. These young docs we have and my staff and what they are doing right now is absolutely amazing.
yeah, yeah, and just to have those moments of just, I mean, a waste butt always says that you have to have that attitude of gratitude.
And that's a fact.
It If you don't, man, like we're just like the life that I have, the life I live. Um, I mean, we work hard, but it's because we are walking on a path that other people have cut for us.
Well, we're paving that path now, brother. I
Yeah,
mean, uh, I think for years we fought this leadership thing, whatever it is, and we're always very humble to all those that came before us, but
hmm,
won't be before long, man, that we got to pass the torch.
yeah, yeah. It won't be, man. I would say that we're probably halfway through our time in chiropractic.
Scary thought.
Halfway through, and but there's a lot of young men and women that are coming up in the ranks that I feel great passing this off to.
Yeah. I mean,
You
I
know,
I could speak for myself, the docs we see in our organization and their heart and what they're putting into it. You know, I could speak highly of Alex and Michael here at the office that are just, and Dr. Bill, man, they love serving people, working together, loving on them. We had Dr. Isaac come in and help last week because they did a screening and they were flooded with new patients. And they worked their tails off, man, to serve people.
Yeah.
And they're getting a real taste of it. They're getting a real taste of it. It's fun to watch.
And they love it too,
Yeah.
don't they? They
Yeah.
love it. Like I love being so tired in the evenings and just come home and be like, dang man, my ankles are swollen. I love that though.
They
I
had one of
love
their
it.
busiest days Thursday. And
That's awesome.
even the staff was saying, I said, how do you feel when you got home? They said, like energized, like excited.
Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
music to our DE ears, bro.
It is. It is. And you probably watch Charlie Kirk Memorial yesterday. There's a revival happening in the country. There's a
Yeah.
revival happening in chiropractic.
America's waking up, bro.
They are. We are.
There was a point where, because I came out with Wake Up Humans before the whole statement of woke, that whole bullshit thing.
Hmm.
And I was like, oh shit, this kind of messes it up. Now I'm like, all right, we've come 180 here.
Yeah.
No, we've got America waking up. And I watched, I had about a 5 hour drive from Tallahassee because we had Brooks FSU parent weekend. So yesterday we had a drive and I was heading to the airport. So I had it running the whole time.
Yeah.
Dude, that was a revival, bro.
It was. It was. And I looked earlier, just like people say revival, but what is a revival? The definition of that is going back to your roots,
Yeah.
going back to what matters, going back to the primal thing. Um, and that's happening in the country, in the profession, everywhere.
And it's all based off faith, man. And
Yeah.
that's one thing I've always said about chiropractic. People say, well, chiropractic's not a religion. No, it's not. But then we say things like, well, the power that made the body heals the body. Well, what the heck is that?
Yeah.
And we believe that the body is self-healing and self-regulating. Well, how does it do that? What makes chiropractic different from every healthcare profession? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's so natural. It's so natural. It's supernatural.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not
Right.
not in the supernatural sense as ghost and stuff, but it's so natural. It's super and it's amazing because Genesis 2:7, God made us and breathed life into us.
Mm,
And that life can be interfered with. That life is what heals us. That's why we have signs up. I move the bone, God does the healing.
right.
Because that's the only thing that does do the healing. What we do is remove interference to that healing.
Right.
When we do that, man, watch out. The dam is burst.
We had an older lady in today. She's 82 years old and she's had a tough life, man.
Hmm.
And she said, I'm not starting care today. I need to talk to my general practitioner first. And I said, well, let's take x-rays. And she said, okay. And I said, I'm going to show you something. And her spine is rotted. I feel so bad for this woman. And she said, why is that? I said, because your general practitioner never referred you to a chiropractor.
Hmm.
And that's why it makes no sense to go back to him and ask him for advice now because he's part of the problem.
Yeah.
She's having a hard time walking, getting around. She's got her brains there, man. She's got a
Hmm.
great vibe to her. The poor thing, just literally her spine is totally rotted. And
Yeah.
I said, that's lack of chiropractic care.
Hmm. Yeah. It's easy. If you want the best life you can live,
Right.
you need to be under regular chiropractic care, conservative care for as long as you can.
The primary message in chiropractic is Stevenson's principle number one.
Yeah.
And it's that universal intelligence that's in all matter, right? It's
Yeah.
there.
Thus maintaining it in existence.
Yeah. It's
You
just how's
know,
that baby flowing? How's it connecting? And if people can understand and connect to that principle, they'll understand. And there's 33 of them, but that one kind of is the deepest connection to
yeah.
chiropractic.
Yeah. Yeah. And um it's so vital to what we do. That's why it's the first principle. And maybe in some future ones we'll go over some more of those. But there's 33 chiropractic principles that R.W. Stevenson came up with 1927. chiropractic textbook,
Yep.
and it breaks it all down. We'll go over some of those later, in a
Yeah.
couple of different episodes.
Yeah.
And it's but if that innate intelligence, which is universal personified in us, if it's interfered with, that innate inborn potential is not there. We're going to
Right.
bring all kinds of sickness and disease on top of ourselves.
Yeah. It creates destruction internally.
Yeah. Yeah. Chaos, man. It's just chaos. And talk about revival, even Dynamic Essentials, 1964 was part of a revival. 3 years earlier, BJ Palmer, our developer, died. Profession was just kind of like, what happens now? When
Right.
Dr. Neil Williams stepped in, created Dynamic Essentials. And man, if it wasn't for DE, chiropractic would not exist as it does today. It'd
You
just
know
be
what?
another therapy.
Yeah. And they're trying to do the same thing today. I mean, history repeats, nothing's changed.
No, no.
There's a faction of our profession that is constantly trying to just make us another therapy because, they're not connected to that spiritual element. They're just kind of dry and textbooky, and they're a physician, and they
Yeah,
want to melt this profession just so they could look fancy like real doctors. I'm like, what's a real doctor?
yeah. Somebody that looks like a butcher wears a white coat.
Yeah.
It just because you can prescribe drugs doesn't make you a real doctor.
Right.
Fred Barge said it best in his book, Who's the Doctor, Doctor? That doctor's living inside of us.
If it could build a human being in 9 months,
Yeah,
you create health,
yeah,
you know,
yeah,
it's amazing. And it's just, you see it with, again, to bring up the Charlie Kirk thing on how society's been indoctrinated that an individual that could just speak so much love and peace into the world and the dark side has to take it out. Well, you heard it resounding over and over again yesterday. You didn't take anything out or stop anything. You woke up a movement.
yeah,
You
yeah,
took out one that's now, he's immortal,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And his bride saying, that young boy, I forgive him.
Bro, I tell you what, man, I've asked myself 30 times since hearing that, could I do that?
I couldn't. I
At least
couldn't.
not that quick.
Nope. Nope. It's I don't know, man. I get a little too fired up sometimes, and that's
Yeah.
just there was no cause for that.
No.
There was no reason for that.
Well, she'll tell you otherwise. I think she would probably tell you that the cause was to wake up a nation,
Mhm.
which I hope it truly has. I mean, you see, I'll call it hype that's taking place right now. I just hope that continues.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know I was down at Life when 9/11 happened. And for a couple of years after that, man, everybody was together.
Right.
Like we were brothers and sisters with people we didn't even know, and I hope something like this, as tragic as it is, brings people back together that way and have respect for differing views. Like we don't have to agree. That's okay. I don't even agree with myself with some things that I do.
Right.
I look back on it and I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done
I've
that.
done that. I've done that once or twice, Drew.
Yeah, we the the eraser on my pencil wears out before the lead runs out. You know, it's just like, oh, we know you've done that because you just like, oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Oh,
But we get so fired up,
yeah.
we're passionate. Like we care about this profession. We care about our family. We care about our friends and loved ones. Um, it fires me up, man.
Well, I think, call it anger, call it passion. When I see doctors not passionate and putting 120% into chiropractic and what they could be doing for people, it really pisses me off at the core because I saw what lack of chiropractic care did to my family. And it took me a while to realize that, like, why am I getting so pissed off? Because people are suffering. And this is a shift I've seen in my office with these young guys coming in that get it. We are attracting some really sick people, man. Really mentally ill, recovering addicts, people that are, and they're coming in and saying, this place is just different. And I'm not in
Yeah.
the building. Not to say that I'm like this great thing or whatever, but the mission and the heart and spirit is back. And that's
Mhm.
what's happening to our country. The heart and spirit is back. And we
Yeah.
need that in chiropractic,
Yeah.
capital TIC, man.
Yeah. And I think it's coming back. It's coming.
Yeah,
It's slowly coming back, but I know these next 3 years, 5 years are pivotal to the
pivotal.
future of chiropractic. Pivotal. And either
Chiropractors
you're
need to
on the
realize that. Chiropractors need
yeah.
to realize that and become part of it.
Hmm.
I mean, how many messages do we get from people complaining about things and bitching and moaning I'm like, then let's. The biggest thing that I learned from Kirk was he went into the lion's den and had conversations like, let's come face to face, come to DE and show up regularly,
Yeah.
and let's have a conversation because you may be right, we may be wrong on some things, but maybe we could both grow through the conversation. Then you could actually become a leader instead of a keyboard warrior.
Yeah. Like I've even asked for people's phone number. Like, quit sending me messages. Let's talk. I
Yeah,
can't get their phone number. Like, I'm
right.
okay talking. I'm okay meeting in person. I'm not violent. I hope they're not, you know, but we can talk and have a civil conversation. And and I always reserve the right to change my opinion. I may change my view on something.
Right,
It's happened before.
right.
But I know these next few years in chiropractic is pivotal. You know,
Yeah,
it's just pivotal. And chiropractic revival is going back to the focus on the adjustment, focus on innate intelligence, focus on patient education about what we really do, and
yeah.
the big idea, man.
As you're talking, what I'm thinking about is because I've been around some of the pseudo leaders in our profession, and they're very sweet, right? They're very well spoken, and the word they're using is uniting us. Unite. We just need to unite and come together.
Big
And
tent mentality, big tent.
big tent. We got to have a seat at the table. Let's just work together. We could get further. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
They're trying to take over with their therapeutic mindset of chiropractic that you can't unite with an unlike mind. I could
Mm,
coexist with you. I could collaborate. I could have a conversation, but it's okay to not agree 100%.
yeah.
And to use the word unite and try to make me feel less than because I'm not going to unite doesn't make me a bad person. I just don't want to be a damn mixer and have all the physical therapy and shit like that in chiropractic that takes away
Mm,
from pure principle chiropractic.
exactly. And we're united in chiropractic. That's what we're united in. We're not
Right.
united in uh hydrocollator. We're not united in a medical sonulator.
Right.
Like, we're united in chiropractic. Like, you can't find a better unity, stronger unity than chiropractic brothers and sisters that are principled working together in this.
Right. You
You just
start
can't.
adding all these things, you become a treatment and you start getting dictated by insurance companies what you can and can do, cannot do.
Mhm.
And you lose the pure purpose and passion and ability to take care of really sick people.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, I don't want to be part of that. And in the verbiage of, well, unity, we should all get along and it sounds good. It's a fucking Ponzi scheme, man. It's a joke. And
Yeah.
I've been known to say in the past, I was going crazy at DE once talking that sometimes love is a left hook. I could love you, but I could also knock you out of pure love if I know it's the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And um, to clear my conscience, like, you gave me a couple of left hooks in my life too. You're like, hey man, like, come on. We need to do this, focus on this. I'm like, shoot, you're right.
Right.
You're right. We need that collaboration, but we need that accountability too. of people that we trust to be like, hey, let's do this, you know. And you've talked me off the ledge way too many times. Like I'm just going to go over there and see him. Like, no, listen, don't go over there and see him. You don't need to go see him. You're fired up. Let's
No.
just work on our mission and do
Right.
that, and we're good.
I think that's been the biggest learning curve for me. Let's call it maturity. Is sometimes just not saying anything is the most powerful thing you could say.
Yeah, yeah. And you know this, I will usually I don't really care a whole lot. People can do whatever they want, but just don't run your mouth about lies. Be transparent and um, don't say things that's not true. If something's not true that you're saying about my brother or sister, I'm going to call you out.
That transparent word is become very evident,
Yeah,
because the opposite of that is what? Confidential.
yeah,
And I can't tell you how many conversations I've gotten into with some of these people that they say, well, this is confidential. Like you can't share that. I'm like, why can't I share it? Why is it confidential?
mm-hmm.
Like the kids and people in our profession need to know this. I can't even say know the truth, at least know this so they could find their own truth. If you believe
Yeah,
in it so much, I've invited people to come on this podcast and they say no.
yeah.
They're
They're
hiding.
scared, man.
Hide. They're
They're
scared.
yeah, because they're scared to be exposed to the truth.
Right.
And that's the one thing about Charlie Kirk. Like he was not afraid of the truth. I can debate truth all day long.
Right.
I can't debate a lie. Can't debate a lie.
Yeah, there's very little conversation. I told this to this other new patient we had today, and she came in with sciatica and she's got 500 other things going on. And she started off debating. And I said, look, this is not a debate. I'll have a conversation with you, but I don't need to prove chiropractic to you. You're here, you're scared, you're sick. We could help you. Today,
Mm-hmm.
we go through the process of finding out what's going on. She's been everywhere, every
Yeah.
specialist. And I'm like, you just got to listen to us and follow the process.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the thing. If we just follow the process, just like you said, just like the little woman that was sitting in the office years ago, somebody come in, they were worried, and just like people they're scared. And she's a little old lady. She's like, if you listen, you will get well. If you listen, you will get well. And
Yeah.
just calmed them down. And that family hasn't missed a week in 15 years now,
Right.
because they listened, they got well, and now they see what happens.
Well, Dr. Sid used to drop keys from the stage and say chiropractic is like gravity. It works every time. It's a natural law.
Mhm.
We can't pinpoint and put our finger on how long, principle number 6, how much time. We can't. We're human. We could give you a spectrum. I've been doing this for 30 years to say this is what it's going to look like. And typically we're spot on, but sometimes it takes longer. Sometimes it takes less time. But at the end of the day, who cares? What's your rush?
Yeah.
You got a whole
Yeah.
lifetime ahead of you.
We do. And we don't know some of the emotional and spiritual battles that are uh, uh, hindering their care sometimes.
Right.
There was a couple this years ago. I think they both passed away now. Uh, he bought a strip club a couple of towns over. We don't have that in around us, but he bought a strip club. Within like 6 months, she was sick, just sick.
Wow.
He passed away a few years later. Got rid of the strip club. She got better.
So what do you think that was?
You know, I don't know. I mean, how much would you want your spouse to be around that day in, day out, day in, day out? Like that would make anybody sick
Well, it's
if they
called
love their
energy. It's called
spouse.
energy, right? It's energy.
Yeah, yeah. And I saw her, after he had passed, and this a few months later. I'm like, so how you doing? She's like, man, I feel so good. Like I just feel like I miss him, but a weight is off of me, and like I'm off some meds. I'm feeling better. I'm walking again. I'm like, do you think it was because he had the club? She's like, definitely.
Mm.
And that's what we do matters. Even if we think, oh well, this is one window pane on my life. I've got life out with the boys. I got church life. I got life at work. I got life at home. I got life with friends. I got life at the ball game. It's just one life, though. We can't separate it. It's one life.
Well, it looks like what you're going to choose for it to look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's one of the biggest things I've learned and the greatest lessons I've learned through all the reading and cassette tapes and lectures and as a man thinketh, so he is.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to build and create your life. I mean, I step back now and look at my 5 kids, and I'm grateful every day to God on how they're turning out. And we still got work to do, but the action steps taken 20 years ago, 24 years ago are showing up,
Yeah.
showing up.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're such good kids. They're sweet kids, man. Every one of them. Even
Uh,
if they're a little crazy sometimes, they all get crazy,
yeah.
but sweet kids,
Yeah.
just adorable. And
Yeah.
they're all almost grown except for two of them, adults. But it's wild though, man, when you think about it, like how far we have come in life too. Think
Yeah.
about the first time that we were sitting in chiropractic school.
Well, listen, going to FSU is an amazing place, man. I don't know if you've ever been there, but we got there and it's parents' weekend, and we're in fraternity parties, sorority parties, go into the football game, then we go out and we're at a nightclub, and I'm staring and watching these kids, and I'm like, and I'm having conversations with a lot of them, and I'm like, just enjoy. You don't realize when you're in it, but what a great space. Just enjoy it.
Yeah,
'Cause they were telling me
yeah,
about some tough times and school's hard, and I'm like, you have no idea,
no,
no idea. And you
no,
don't have to have an idea. Just enjoy the moment.
yeah. But pass your classes, have fun, don't get arrested.
That's good advice,
Yeah,
especially the
like
arrested
that's
part.
it.
Yeah.
you know, um, one kid I know, he's in chiropractic school. I'm like, man, some of the best times, best memories I've ever had been in chiropractic school. Just hanging out, studying, laughing, debating stuff, almost debating things to throwing fist, getting fired up, but then like coming, like, cause we're all learning, you know. And he like, yeah, I don't really study with anybody. I'm like, bro, you need to study with some people and break this down. It's not just about anatomy and reading the x-ray film and passing the class. It's like forging these relationships that you'll have forever.
Yeah. Try to disprove chiropractic to each other.
Yeah.
Innate. I don't believe in innate. Subluxation's bullshit. Like people are going to say this stuff to you in the real world. I don't need
Yeah.
that. You guys are quacks. I don't believe this shit. You're a witch doctor. Yeah. How you going to handle that?
Yeah. Go role play with each other.
Hmm.
Role play with each other. And don't forget to have fun. I don't know. I think it's probably a rite of passage for a lot of these students to get on top of the gym and go look at the running eagle. You know what I
Oh,
mean? It's the
Drew.
yeah.
You're
I think that's a
talking
rite of
about one of our
passage.
nights.
Yeah,
I think Jenna Hughes has a picture of that.
yeah. I don't. I didn't. I never had a picture. It's but I think some of that stuff is just like kids. Kids don't know. I mean, I'm not. I sound like I'm old. I am old, but like they don't know how to have fun anymore.
Yeah. Don't
You
take
know,
yourself too damn seriously, right?
they do, and like not fun that hurts anything. I've told this story 1,000 times. Um, Dawsonville, Georgia. People from there will know this. Then at Goodson's Pharmacy, we used to sit outside the pharmacy on their bench till 2, 3 in the morning and just hang out, goof off. It's right at the courthouse. One night, I'm like, I'm gonna go up there and drive around the courthouse the wrong direction 100 times. So I got to go make 100 laps. I got pulled over. The cop, we knew him. He's like, "What are you doing, son?" And I'm like, "I'm trying to go around the courthouse 100 times backwards." He's like, "Well, where are you at?" And I'm like, 94. He said, "Well, hurry up and finish and go park."
Yeah.
Because he knew we wasn't hurting anything, but it's just making those memories. People are afraid to make memories. Oh, I can't do that. I can't do that. Like, yeah, you can. Go have fun. Don't get arrested. Pass your classes.
Right. The
You know.
passing classes is an important one.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to keep taking classes.
You know, I mean, freaking Brooke is what Dean's List, man. She's like a pre-med, you know, she right now wants to be an orthodontist. And she has a great friend there. His name's Will. I got to meet him and he's a study buddy. And I guess the kid is a genius. And he picked us up to take us out to the club. And I said, Will, you gonna come join us? And he said, Well, I don't drink. I like Sprite. I said, I'll buy you as much Sprite as you want. Sweetheart of a kid. He goes, No, I'm just gonna go home. I'm gonna do some studying. And Brooke said I said, How did you guys meet? And they met at like the orientation for this, you know, the pre-med. And
Mhm.
he was bored during the orientation. So he sat there reading a biomedical book or something. And I'm like, different,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
comfortable in his skin and he's an awesome kid, man. Awesome dude.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And, and people say that sometimes about me. They're like, you're a little odd or different, but like,
Who you?
you're okay. Like, I'm just me. Like, I can't be anybody else but me,
No.
and I'm okay with that. I
Listen,
know I have these little weird things that I do, and that's all right, man. That's just me.
as long as they're not making fun of you, Drew, I'm good. Then we're good.
Oh, listen, people can make fun of me because I'm gonna make fun of them right back. Like,
All right. All right.
it's okay. It's all good. But it is like people get sensitive, man. Get sensitive skin. We have to know who we are, be
Yeah.
secure in who we are, and just ride with it.
Security is a big thing, man. You
Yeah.
know, it's especially when you realize like God made us all different.
Mhm.
You don't have to be like the other person. You just got to be you. And I said to Kane on our drive, I said, have you started thinking about like why God put you on this earth, like what his purpose is for you? And he's been thinking about it. I don't expect him to have it,
No.
but it's in his brain. I'm like, that's okay. As long as it's percolating and you have that awareness, it's okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And if you've come to the realization that if he puts that on your heart while you're here,
Right.
go live that.
Right.
No matter what, go live that. Like, I was not going to chiropractic school.
Yeah, but
That was not my plan. My plan was go to Emory, do bioinformatics stuff. Second interview, I'm like, no, this is not for me. This is not it. Called my old chiropractor. He's like, yep, you're going down to life. Week or so, I was sitting in spinal anatomy, 7 a.m.,
yep.
asking who would later become our valedictorian, Adam Aquilino. Adam, New Jersey.
He was the valedictorian.
Yeah.
Are
He
you
like, no, yeah, he crushed it, dude.
are you serious?
Yeah. Adam Aquilino.
I love that guy. I never knew that.
Yeah. Yeah. He don't talk about it. He's humble about it.
Wow.
But first day of class, they were like, yeah, go do this. You're all right. So I didn't really bring anything with me. I'm just like, whatever, let's go. I had to peck him on the shoulder and I'm like, do you have a paper and pencil? I didn't have paper and pencil with me. Like, what am I thinking? Like, country boy goes to Marietta to school. And Adam couldn't understand me. He's from New Jersey. He's like, what? And I thought, he's Italian. He's dark skinned. I thought he was a Mexican. I thought he was Hispanic. I said, Lapis and Papel. And he's like, all right, fine. I'm not Spanish though. I'm like, all right, I just need paper and pencil. And that was it. Like we have talked almost every day since then.
That's awesome. I never knew. I like that guy, man. He's always been a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
But that's a
He's a
hell
good
of an
dude.
achievement, man, to be valedictorian.
Yeah,
You know,
chiropractic school.
you,
During the accreditation mess we had at Life in 2002, 2003.
wow.
That was a tough couple of years for everybody.
I'm thoroughly impressed. But yeah, that you guys were in the middle of the belly of the beast at that time, man.
Oh man, it every day was we didn't know. But then it goes back to the people that stayed at Life, people that are at Life. We're doing great in life and practice. We knew there was going to be opposition
Yeah.
when we got out, and we were okay with it.
Opposition is okay, man, especially when you speak truth.
Hmm.
If you're coming from a place of truth, you're okay. You never lose an
Yeah.
argument.
Mm.
As long as you don't take
No.
it, you don't take it personal, you're okay. And
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing with, this revival thing is it's based off faith.
Yeah.
I mean, to sit there and listen to hours upon hours of politicians and big influencing people talking about bringing God back into humanity and into our culture was pretty profound for me.
It is. It is. And a lot of people tuned into that, and we know
Millions.
just from what's happening up here at University of North Georgia, my alma mater. Um, there's a revival happening on that campus with FCA, BCM, Wesleyan, all these different groups. They'll have 2 or 3 thousand people at an outside concert, and that campus only has 5,000 people at it. Be half the school. Administrators are plugged in. I mean, it is a revival happening on that campus.
So it's like, what does that mean? Like, what is a revival? Like, what are we looking, for young people to do? What are they flocking towards?
I think just answers and the truth, man.
Yeah,
Life is hard, and they know where the truth is. They see how the Lord can work in their lives, and they just surrender to that.
yeah.
And once you do that, man, they start to have more fire than anybody has water. Nobody can put out their fire.
Ooh, I like that. More fire than they have water.
Yeah,
Whew.
yeah. The naysayer's going to have water, but they can't put out the fire.
And it's okay to be authentic and to find this truth and use your own words to explain it.
Hmm. Yeah, as long as it's true.
As long as it's true, then it's coming
Yeah,
from you. It's your thing.
yeah. It's got to be true, and because you can't pray a lie. You can't pray a lie.
Well, it's kind of like it when you become a doctor, right? In chiropractic. It's one thing to say, well, the power that made the healed body and da and try to prove but when you really understand these principles and how the body heals and what subluxation does to the body, and then you go through a couple thousand conversations and questions with mankind, you can only have so many rebuttals and questions. And if you own the principle, you're always coming from the same place, and that's truth and faith that
Yeah.
God made you self-healing and self-regulating. There's no way around that.
Mm-mm. Mm.
There's no way around that.
No,
And when our
no.
profession gets back to those major principles, just the foundation, and speak that truth to people without being worried about people saying, well, are you one of those Christian guys? Or are you a faith guy? Or is this about religion? No, this is about healing and
Yeah.
living connected without impingement of lack of faith and subluxation.
Hmm.
Life
Yeah.
gets better.
Yeah. These infants that we adjust. Um, Dr. Claudia went and saw an infant yesterday at their house. We take care of the mom the whole pregnancy, had the baby, go see the newborn, see the mom, and that newborn does not have to have faith to get better,
No,
but she gets better.
right,
He gets better.
right.
They're not pooping. The baby's colicky. Adjust them. just a little tap on that atlas. All of a sudden, they have poop up their back. They're not
Yep.
colicky anymore. They can take a bottle. They're not tongue tied anymore.
Yep. And they didn't
You
have to
know,
show up on orientation. They didn't have to read a book. They didn't have to watch 3 videos to be sold that chiropractic works. They got connected and they started healing. They're
yep,
adapting.
yep. That baby had zero faith in what we do. It didn't even know what we were.
It's a great, great connection, my man.
But there's nothing better than adjusting a little baby and then them just looking at you and connect and then just smile. Ah,
And this is
oh,
what we call
chills, man.
this is what we call the
Oh,
big, this is the big idea, right?
it is.
At DE, they always say, just get the big idea and all else follows. And preach it unapologetically. Just
Yep,
keep shouting it from the rooftops. Like Sid used to say, we're the fanatics. Like speak the truth unapologetically, relentlessly, and it starts sticking. People start listening.
yep, yep. And, I might have misspoke a little about the revival happening at UNG. We don't watch revival, we live it.
Ooh, explain that.
Like it's revival every day. Like, revival is getting back to your roots, getting back to the core, getting back to the gospel, getting back to 33 principles. You
Yeah,
don't just do it once. It's every single day
right.
that we live it. Like we're living in that revival. And when we give an adjustment, I mean, what would Dr. Sid always say? It's revivification of the body. I love
Yeah.
that revivification, revivified. That body is in a state of revival itself when it starts getting clear and healthy and connected. The body's connected, man.
So these young chiropractors, what they must realize is, if you're going to be part of a revival, you got to revive yourself first.
Hmm.
You got to be studying these 33 principles. You got to break them down. You got to challenge them. Don't just believe in it because we say so. Get your friends together and just, I was visiting a school and I asked the young girl, do you guys have philosophy gatherings? You get together? And she says, no, not really. We have study groups. And I said, like, do you read the green books? And she didn't know what the green books were.
Yeah.
She was halfway through chiropractic school. She's not going to be revived, man. She's not going to be
Mm.
reborn. Coming from mom's house to chiropractic school and she's on her way to being out in practice, that little girl's in trouble. You know,
Yeah.
I bought her Fame and Fortune, Palmer's Law of Life. I said, read this, reach out to
Hmm.
me if you have questions. I haven't heard from her. That bothers me. She's a year away from being out there in the lion's den. Trouble.
Yeah. And we um every night I'll read the word, I'll read some green books every night. Like we never understand it enough. We have to stay dipped in it ourselves too.
Have to.
Just like on an airplane, what they always say when we're taxiing out, watching the video now, that if the plane depressurizes, oxygen masks come down. Put your mask on first before you help somebody else.
Listen, man, I've listened to enough of those, flying a million miles that I don't listen anymore. I'm like, if this plane goes down, if it's meant to be, I'm going to live. Like God's just going to protect me. And if I'm the sole survivor, I still got work to do. If not, I know where the hell I'm going.
Yeah.
And other than my poor kids having to deal with it, I've hoped I prepared them enough to know that I'm in a good place. I mean, that's all you can do
Hmm.
for your children. Because I've seen enough people, they suffer when their parents die and they're sad. They're not going to live forever. I'm not going to live forever. You're not going to live forever. But where we're going is a blessed place, man.
It is, man. I don't want to get there until like he calls me there.
Mhm.
But y'all don't cry for me. I'm good. I am good. And just like Paul said in Philippians, I think first chapter, where he's like, if if I don't die, it's great. I'm still with you. If something does happen to me, if Lord calls me home and if I die, I'm with him.
Mm,
I'm good either way.
yeah,
I'm good. I'm
yeah,
not worried. I know you're not worried either.
because you're clear.
Yep.
You're clear,
Yep.
man.
It's going to be a great day, whenever that is. I hope it's a long time from now. I've got a lot of work to do.
I listen, I call out all chiropractors now to stop sitting back and watching. It's
Mhm.
one thing to watch a revival or just sit there and, go on YouTube if you haven't seen it and watch it and listen to these speakers, to what they're saying,
Yeah.
or feel it, what they're saying, because it's really coming from their core principles that help get them to where they are and also help get our country
Hmm.
be free.
Yeah.
We're getting back to those core principles, and those freedom principles pertain to chiropractic as well.
They do.
And I implore you to show up. And DE is the place
Hmm.
for that freedom to show
It
up.
is. Yep. There is a revival in chiropractic, and only the chiropractors get to decide which side of that revival they're on. They're either
Yeah.
going to be a part of it, or they're going to watch it happen from afar.
And wish they were there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can be. You can be.
Right. Well, listen, the next DE is when, my man? It's coming up.
What, October 23rd, 26th, I believe. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Go to lifede.com, join up.
Ooh.
I heard I just learned today, we're having a Saturday party, which we haven't done in a little while.
Yeah. We haven't got a theme set yet, but be watching. It's going to be great.
I saw some good ideas floating around there. I was busy all
Me too.
day. I got some
Me
texts to
too.
catch up to, but I think the major theme is be part of the future of this profession, man, and what it should look like.
Yeah.
We can complain about what they're trying to do with it,
Mhm.
or we could step up and create our own revival and kick some ass.
Yep. Yep. And it's work. Like, bring your work gloves,
Oh
because
yeah.
it's work. But
Yeah.
like, there's no better work than like principled, good, long lasting, generational benefit work.
Generational is where it's at, my man.
It is.
Awesome. Well, let's close it out with that, brother. I look forward to
Awesome.
seeing you shortly, man.
It won't be long. Won't be long.
We gotta arrange a call with Martinez and Lieberman, our pre-DE game. We got to make sure we schedule that out. Those
Yeah. Yeah.
guys
We're going to do that thing,
are
because
fired up.
we're less than a month out. So we need to make
Yep.
sure we can get on.
Amen, my man. Listen, bro, I love and appreciate you. Love everyone that's listening to this. Thank you for your comments, your DMs, and for sharing this podcast with all your buddies. We love and
Yeah.
appreciate you all.
Yeah. Love y'all.